King Arthur, Gorgos, stage 10. We've got a free-to-play team with an uncommon, and we've got the 3-man team. If you have any issues with that 3-man team video you watched of mine, I've got all the details. If I left anything out, I explain it all here. And if you want to jump to that 3-man team, go to 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and you'll see everything with Merlin, Anguish, and a healer, and it will all be explained. You'll be able to do it. I promise you, it's one of the easiest teams to do. And if you want to see the free-to-play team, stay where you are. It's going to be Djerit and crew on stage 10, and we all can do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I didn't put an outro to this video, so I'm going to remove my face, and here we go. Stage 10, free-to-play team. We are pushing content that we are not ready for. We are going to die. It's going to happen because we don't have 5- and 6-star gear. We have 3- and 4-star gear. There might be a 5-star gear on someone. So you need somebody that applies dots like Anguish. If you have Fire Rosier, she's way more consistent than Anguish is. And then later on with a 3-piece keepsake, you can get even more dots whenever you apply a dot. So that'll be really healthy for this team. You're probably going to lose quite a few people when you start trying this out, especially doing 10. Like I'm doing right now. We need 2 healers. I need a healer in here just to give us some backup heals because we're getting hit so hard. I need 1 raw good healer like Sarah to give us some big heals and actually spend 2 vigor every turn. We're spending 2 vigor every turn with Djerit, and then we're spending 3 vigor on Anguish. And everybody is in a vigor set built tanky. The way you kill this boss is with dots. The way this boss kills us is with dots. If we're not getting dots on us when he does the dot explosion, we're not going to die. And that's what Djerit is here for. You see that 400 popping up every time? We have 1,000 to take a turn. That's our turn meter. Djerit, every time he gets a debuff, he's going to get a buff on himself, an accuracy buff. When he gets 2 of those, though, when he takes 2 debuffs and gets 2 accuracy buffs, he clears all buffs off of everyone. Now, I know Isolde's in here too, and whenever we heal, we have a chance to remove a dot with Isolde, but you don't need her. You could bring in just 2 healers, Djerit, and then a poisoner. Fire Rosier or Anguish over here to put up as many dots as possible to kill this boss. And we lost Djerit, but we're still going to beat this. But I want you to go back and look at Djerit. I want you to realize what's happening here. He uses his skill 2. He gets a poison on himself, which is considered a dot. So we just need 1 more burn on him. And he's going to clear everyone and give us that 40% boost to take our turn. Now we want to max out his passive 1 and his passive 2 so that when he does this, I think we get up to a 60% or a 70% increase in our turn meter, so we can start taking turns much faster. Because look how often he's doing this. You see 400 pop up all the time. The boss is putting up burns. He's able to get 2 burns, 2 dots on him. Once he does, he clears everybody's dots, and then we get that increase, which is extremely, extremely powerful for us to keep taking turns, keep healing, keep applying more dots with Anguish. And then the more dots we can apply, the quicker we're going to take him down. So this was a stage 10 run. I'm farming stage 10. It's just not 100% because we get hit too hard. We're not getting hit from those burns or those burn explosions. When he falls under half life, he starts hitting really hard, single target, and he's going to take somebody out. And if he takes out my Anguish, then I'm in trouble. We've got a lot to work on. We're nowhere near in game, and we're still able to pull this off. My defense is 1400, HP 1600. If Anguish gets popped by him, it's done. This guy's 1700, 15,000 HP. Not a lot. You can see all the gear we've got on each of these people. 1 5-star here and another 5-star there for defense. 1 5-star attack's not going to do us any good. Everybody needs to be tanky. We need high defense, high HP. Again, nobody's doing damage to Gorgos with just straight damage on this team. He is dying from dots, and we are going to die if we don't remove the dots, and then we're going to die if we get hit from him because we're just we're not tanky enough. Now, Isolde looks pretty good, 1700 with 1700 HP. She can take a hit and then still be pretty low. And for your healers, if you have these recovery percentage, recovery percentage, recovery percentage, it helps out tremendously for that. And you can use any 2 healers. It doesn't have to be Isolde. You do want to kind of go Frost because we're pushing content. This will make it so that we take less damage. His second passive, when inflicted with a dot, we get the effect accuracy increase buff. And then when we have 2 of those, we clear all dots off of everyone. There's no cooldown on this skill. And we get a 40% increase in our turn meter to take our turn again. And then we can get this up to a 60%. So if you have the ability to level this up, get it leveled up. It's going to be pretty massive to get a 60% increase almost like every 2 turns or so. He's doing this. I would not awaken him any more than 3-star. 3-star is enough. Orb and belt are terrible. We've got evasion. We've got a 2-star defense. I'd like a 4-star defense at least, but we do have a speed ring. You don't want him to be incredibly slow. We need this guy to be decently fast because he's clearing off all those dots, which are the things that kill us, and he's giving everybody the chance to take more turns. So many more turns, so we want him reasonably fast. You should be able to do up to stage 6 pretty easily without having to worry about a lot of different team comps. You just bring in some heals, you bring in somebody that can apply dots like Anguish, you get him for free, I think at day 13. We're going to move on to the 3-man team with Merlin. If you have any questions about Djerit and that stage 10 team, ask me down below, and even better, join us on Discord. We have everything on Discord, every single boss, tier list, redeem code, adventure maps, adventure mazes, all the heroes. So much going on and lots of clans. Discord is really popping. I love talking in here all day long. So come and join us there. Now with this Merlin team, a lot of you guys were having issues with this. You were wondering, hey, what's going on? Why isn't my 3-man Merlin team working? And I needed to be a little more clear about what's going on with this. And we need our speeds a little bit closer together. So this is a really good demonstration about doing stage 8, and then I'm going to go into do stage 9. And of course, we could do stage 10 if we could take the hits, but we just don't have the gear. I've got 3-star gear, 4-star gear. We're just not there yet, but we can use a 3-man team to do every single stage. So if you're joining the game and you're coming up, don't worry about leveling up Djerit. Just stick with this 3-man team. It's much easier. You don't have to focus on doing little Djerit up. Just do this team. The biggest thing about it is that when Merlin goes in, he gets an additional 10 speed. And I'm going to show you where it shows that. Other people could get an additional 10 speed as well, depending on their weather effect. Right there at the very top, you can see that little sunshine. That means he's going to get 10 speed for being in an area with sunshine. Other people do it with heat, and that's what Gorgos is, sunshine and heat. But we're at 139 speed. That's a good speed for Merlin to even go into 9. She's at 122, but she also has heat up here. So Merlin's really going to be 149 speed when he's in Gorgos and 132 speed when Sarah is in Gorgos. Now we got to worry about Anguish. Anguish does not get that speed increase. He's got like these rainy clouds up here for him to get that additional speed increase. So he's at 141. So we want everybody kind of relatively close, but Sarah seems to be a little bit less. She's a little bit lower than both Anguish and Merlin. So I think she's going to fall behind is what's going to happen. Stage 8 isn't going to be an issue. Stage 9 will be an issue. Everybody is in, of course, a vigor and accuracy set if we need accuracy, and then the vigor and life set for our healer. We have to have Merlin go first always. And everybody has to attack before the boss attacks. Now, the boss doesn't attack for its first move. It just does this chest beat, but it puts out burns on you. This is where a lot of people were confused about this. Your guys all have to go before this boss applies burns on you. You won't see a physical hit on your team. But Merlin's going right now. Merlin has to go first. He's applying a debuff on the boss. It's called Frozen Remains. It only stays up for 1 turn, and then we need to go in and hit that boss with that debuff on so we can get dot immunity. Now, Merlin does it for himself right away because he applies Frozen Remains. He continues hitting the boss. Now he has 2 turns of dot immunity on Merlin. Now, the rest of the team has to come in and get that as well. Here's where we get that 10 additional speed. So if you come over to the top left, and you look at your hero's battle information skills, you come over to these permanent effects, you can see here that Merlin is getting 10 speed, Sarah is getting 10 speed, plus critical damage increase, and 5% less damage taken. It's pretty cool. So pay attention to those for all your heroes and what the weather's like for those stages. Now, Anguish is giving us that lead, and that lead is off of our base speed. So just kind of pay attention to who goes first. Merlin goes first. Doesn't matter who goes second or third. They just both need to go before that boss just now applied burns. Did you see that? Well, Sarah healed. Sarah healed because we didn't have her set up to do her skill 1 on full auto, have Merlin do his skill 2, and have Anguish do his skill 3. Now we've got it set up properly. Let's see if Sarah can shrug these burns off and actually still stay alive. Let's find out. Dot immunities on everyone. So as long as the boss doesn't do burn explosion, the big one, then Sarah will be okay. I think she's going to get caught by it, but she's going to have lower number of stacks, so she's not going to die. But this isn't the best example because she did get burned right away, but it was because we did not attack. We did a heal. You can't do that. She's got to do her skill 1 to attack and do damage. Then she'll get dot immunity. But we're going to beat this. This is only on stage 8. I'm going to show you stage 9 and where it falls apart on stage 9. Then we're going to go back and re-gear, and then we're going to beat 9 easily. So the speeds right now with Sarah being much slower than the other two, it's okay. This is 9, same exact team. We're getting hit a little bit harder. It's fine. We're getting heals from Sarah when she does her basic. 1900. Not the best, but it's all right. And we're getting the dot immunity up. But in a minute now, she's going to attack and it's going to fall off. Like right now, she doesn't have dot immunity on. So she needs to attack before the boss attacks. Before the boss applies some more dots. But she didn't. She was too slow. Too slow, so now she has dots on and she is definitely going to die. Doesn't mean we're going to fail here, but we want to make our team to where it can work. This is stage 9. We're taking more damage and we need to have everybody closer in line with their speed so we can stay in sync with the boss. Right then she fell out of sync. It's no good. She died. We're not going to beat this. I don't think we have enough time left. We'd have to just get lucky to beat this. But we're going to go back and we're going to reevaluate our gear and we're going to make sure that everybody is closer together as far as speed goes. Because this 132 for her, this 149 for him, and 141 for Anguish isn't going to work out. I'm adding 10, remember, on her speed, and I'm adding 10 on Merlin's speed as well. So I need to bring hers up, and then I think I'm going to bring Merlin's down a little bit. I'm going to take whatever he's got for substats on speed on something like this, and I'm going to exchange it over to her, and he's still going to be obviously going first. Merlin will, over Anguish, and then Anguish and Sarah will be closer together, and then they will all be closer to Merlin. So let's look at the final result. Okay, now she's at 136. We've got Anguish at 141. And then now he's at 145. So pretty good. I think all within 10 speed of each other. And that might be where the sweet spot is. So we're going to go into 9 now, back into 9. Let's play the beginning because I want you guys to see this chest bump again because a lot of people ask me, I get burns and I don't understand why. Now he did the chest bump. Not an actual attack to where he's jumping at you, but that applies stacks of burns on you. But we had dot immunity. We were faster than that. And we should keep this up. This should be no issue now. We're all within 10 speed of each other. We're all faster than the boss was. And then we can go into 10 and do this easily. But 10 does too much damage for my 3 and 4 star gear. If I had 5 and 6 star gear, this would work no problem in 10. Exactly like you're seeing right here. We would just mitigate a lot more of the regular hits. The burns are nice because when he does the burns, he just kind of not too much damage. With that burn explosion he was doing with his flames, but when he hits his chest, he's not actually hitting us. He's not doing damage to us, so it's nice for us to be able to catch back up, get some health back from Sarah doing her skill 1. But I think we win this and we get him down pretty low. So I can do 9. It's not consistent because we're taking a lot of damage, but we definitely don't lose from getting burns. We always have dot immunity on. See, right then, she just went before the boss went and she got dot immunity on. Like just in time. So you can really gauge it and see what you need to do. Like look at it and say, okay, at this point, I saw that Sarah took her turn right after the boss took his turn. And if she would have gone, she would have hit the boss and got another stack of dot immunity for 2 turns and she would have been okay. Now, if he comes in and just hits with a hit like he's going to do in a minute, nothing we could do about that. That's all about getting better gear, more defense, and more HP, which, of course, we'll get. Like that, what can we do about that? He hit for like 4,000 and 4,000. I need better gear. We are pushing content we shouldn't be doing, but we're still going to win this. And it's a 3-man team. So this is the easiest, I think, team to build. You only have to worry about 3 people. And we can even do a 3-man team with Djerit later on once we have better gear. You could do a 2-man team later on if you want to, as long as we can remove all the dots and we can apply enough dots quick enough on him to take him out.